Hello all, I am Simi Anto, Faculty, Department of Commerce, Kristu Jayanti College, Autonomous, Bangalore. We will be discussing about the Indian Accounting Standard 33. Ind AS 33 prescribes the principles for the calculation and presentation of earnings per share. It helps in comparing the financial performance between entities and the reporting periods. It applies to all the companies that issue ordinary equity shares, and it is mandatory for all the entities that prepares the financial statements as per Ind AS. The definitions that you need to know here is basic EPS is the net profit attributable to ordinary shareholders divided by the weighted average number of shares. The diluted EPS, it is the adjusted earnings considering the potential ordinary shares. Potential ordinary shares are those financial instruments that may get converted into equity shares in future. The basics EPS can be calculated as the profit or loss attributable to equity shareholders divided by the total weighted average number of the ordinary shares outstanding during the period. The components of the formula includes the net profit less the dividend, and the denominator is the weighted average number of the ordinary shares which is outstanding into the number of days outstanding divided by the total days in the period. For example, if you have 10 lakh profits and the preference dividend is 1 lakh, weighted average share is 5 lakh, and then the basic EPS will be 10 lakh less 1 lakh, which is the dividend, and divided by the number, that is 5 lakh, which is 1.8 per share. Now, diluted EPS, you have to consider the impact of the potential convertible preference shares. Here, the component of the formula includes adjusted profits. Adjusted profit is the adjustment after considering the convertible preference shares or any instruments, divided by the denominator will be the adjusted number of shares, that is after adding the number of shares which may get converted in future. The numerator includes the net profit, add the interest that would not happen if those shares or those instruments are getting converted. There is an example, basic EPS we have 1.8, the convertible bonds which are there is 2 lakh, the additional shares are 1 lakh. So the diluted EPS will be adjusted net profit which is 9 lakh plus 2 lakh divided by the number of shares after including the preference shares which may get converted is 5 lakh plus 1 lakh. The answer would be slightly changed, it is 1.83 per share. Here, for diluted EPS, the retrospective adjustments, that is the previous year's financial statements also need to be adjusted. That is, if the share numbers changes due to bonus issue, stock split, past periods EPS, then it should be retrospectively recalculated. So, it will ensure the comparability. The presentation of EPS must be there in the continuing operations and the total profit or loss. If there are discontinued operations, separate disclosure is required. The disclosure requirements for EPS in AS 33 are reconciliation of numerators and the denominators used in EPS calculation. Let it be in basic EPS or in diluted EPS. The potential dilution impact of the financial instruments, the number of the financial instruments that may get converted in future, and the information on the share transactions post-reporting period. The remaining topics in detail will be discussed in the future classes. Thank you.